Okay, you can't actually see that. So, today my bike is going to get some new parts. We are going to get a new cassette, which is the SRAM PG1070-1232, and because that is going to... Seriously, people are honking again? They never honk unless I'm recording a video. Since that's going to require a long cage cassette, I also have a long cage cassette with the Y-Fly branding on the back, which is some of the most ridiculous branding I've ever seen, but it is what it is. Anyways, good stuff going on that bike, so let's get started. By the way, I realized I didn't introduce myself, so hi, I'm Nicoya, and this is my bike. So, first things first, rear wheel comes off. Get ourselves in low gear, undo the brake, and off it comes. So, cassette's going to come off, but we're going to deal with that in a second. Now, there's nothing particularly wrong with this derailleur, except that because this is a wide ratio cassette, and this is a short cage derailleur, it's not going to be able to take up all of the slack when we shift into, not that size, when we shift into the bigger gears on the back. Really? It's a 7? Okay, whatever. Anyway. Oh, no, that's not a 7 at all. That's much smaller. Hang on. I got this. Totally got this. I'm refreshing it. There we go. So, around here, we have things that are known as hills. And hills, actually, before I do that, this. Hills are dreadful things. California is made of hills, and I would love to show them to you. Nope. Too much smoke. But the state is on fire, so I can't. And hills are made of gravity, and I am made of things that are very attracted to gravity. So, 11 to 28 cassette may be very good for most people out there, but for me, it is not. So that's why I am going to actually not 1132, 1232 cassette. The 1232 cassette is just like an 1128, except you lop off the 11, which is kind of useless, and you add the 32, which is very useful. So, where was I? I was taking something off. Actually, before I take that off, I need to detach the cage and extract the chain from it. I am getting all kinds of backwards today. Yay! It all fell on the ground. And, oh my god, my hands are getting so filthy. Such is the pain of bicycle work. We're all good. The chain is now mostly free of this. I need to just loosen up the other part of the cage here. Let me pull you in and give you a closer look. Alright, so we just took the jockey wheel out of there, which freed up the chain from that. And now we just need to get it out of this little catch here, which I hope you can see. I can't really tell on this LCD screen right here, but yeah, we just need to swing this part of the cage out of the way, which means you loosen up that bolt, and then we're good to go. Now, normally you just break the chain on this, but I don't have another chain, and so I need to save this one. And I'm also going to need to get more links in it. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I will soon-ish, sometime. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I just got the chain, like, this Saturday, which is actually how I found out that that cassette is toast. Which is kind of why I'm doing this now, and not, like, a couple weeks from now. Oh god, my hands are filthy again. horrifying. I know trying to keep clean hands when working on a drivetrain is just never going to happen, but I'm going to try. Hey, look at that. They're clean again. Perfect. I'm just not going to touch my bar tape. Okay, back to removing this. I'm totally getting the order right here, not screwing up at all. Our derailleur is off. So, this is the SRAM Rival 10-speed derailleur, which is a lovely derailleur, works just fine. SRAM Rival, there you go. Except for the fact that it's covered in grease and the cage isn't long enough. So, we are going to get the SRAM Rival medium cage, which is much larger. I shouldn't have put my knife away. Right, it's in my pocket. I got this. So let the unboxing commence. Oh, delightful. And this just comes right out. It does. I am supposed to read the instructions online. Am I going to? No. But basically, we're just reversing what we just did. As we can see, this is actually, I believe, the Rival 22, which doesn't actually matter, they're exactly the same. But I think this one has more silver on it than the Rival long cage from the 10 set. So let me see if I can orient these the same. Like that and like that. So there's the difference there. You can see the cage is obviously like. You can see the cage is obviously much longer on the new one, which means that I'm going to be able to have much more articulation between the high and low gears. Now, some people claim, I don't know, that you can go all the way up to a 36 with this, and in fact there is an 11 and a 12-36 listed on the package, but not on their website. Like 11 to 36 they list, 12 to 36 they don't. So, if you find one, maybe use it. But I'm using this one. I'm using that one. I'm using something. Anyway, we need to get this back on the bike. And with any luck, so what I want to check here is, ooh, that's actually slightly shorter, I think. I want to check the length between the barrel adjuster and the cam, and I guess also the screw, to see that it's roughly the same length so that I don't need to put a new inner cable in, because I also don't have one of those. But, I mean, I could get one if I needed to. If I don't need to, though, it means I have less work to do. So, let's put this on. I forgot to turn off my GPS. Doesn't matter. Let's put this on by reversing the steps that we just did. So, first things first, while we got this open, nothing good to grime on the derailleur hanger. And around the derailleur hanger. And all over the place, because good lord, this is grimy. I have not been cleaning my bike enough. And I'm sorry if there's trucks driving by in the background and you can't quite hear me. I think this should be directional enough, but if the audio quality sucks, I'm very sorry. Nobody will ever see the rest of the dirt in there. And then we just get this over the lucky thing, and we zip it on in. Now, I don't think this needs to be massively tight, just, you know, give it a little snug. And there we go. Let's put the chain on. Actually, no. Let's put the cable on, because that way the chain won't be in my way when I'm putting the cable on. That makes sense to me, I guess. Slide through, please. Thank you. Nice. There. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, this doesn't move after this. Right. So, we're good. Grab onto this. You don't see that? Not really. Whatever. I'll narrate for you. You know what's going on. And try to take most of the slack out so I don't have to adjust this too much. And then like that. Yeah. Works. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my dummy hub. I'll be right back. Well, you just missed another truck going by, so that's cool. Anyways, dummy hub get. Then, I have to touch it. Greasy. I didn't clean my chain before this. Anyways, I'm going to put the dummy hub on here so that I remember which way the chain's going, because it's easy to get confused. Chain goes over the first one, and actually, oh no, there is a little tab here that I have to go under. So, I need to pop out this chain wheel, jockey wheel thing. I usually call the bottom one the idler, and then the top one is the jockey wheel. I don't know if that's official or not, or if that's just me being weird, but that's what I call it. And we'll loosen up this one again, just enough to be able to feed the chain around there. Put that up there, slide it on back, and I'll just sort of snug this up a little bit, and then I'll take the chain wheel again, rock wheel thingy, lower. That was the fun part. I should have put that in the small ring, but I didn't because I'm smart. There we go. So as you can see already, this chain is much too short, but we will remedy that somehow. Messy. Snugged up and snugged up. Okay, that was pretty good. And just to double check that here is going the right way. And that one probably has an error on it too, maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Everything's working beautifully. So now, we get to do the cassette. So, just like in my last video, first part of doing the cassette is pulling out the quick release. And if you have a through axle, this is not a necessary part of the process. But since I'm stuck in quick release land with rim brakes, gotta do what I gotta do. And if there's kids playing in the background, I apologize. I promise they're good kids. Oh god, there's like some mistuned diesel truck going by. Whew, Lordy. Man, that is a powerful smell. So, cassette tube goes in. Grab our chain whip. And see if I can remember which way this goes. Right. Around the big ring, like that. Grab the ratchet, pop it in here. I need an adapter for that. Be right back. Adapter. Okay. So I need this to go the other way. Oh, that's always a lovely sound. So, this also gives us a good opportunity to see how all the pinning went. Pops right off. That's a good sign. And looks like pretty much survived. Pins aren't broken or anything. They're not like crazy mashed around or anything like that. Yeah, seems alright. I'd say that was successful. Now the unfortunate thing is that my favorite gear, which is the 17, it is just completely worn out. It's going to be hard to see it, but if you look at the second ring in from the back, the teeth on it are a lot skinnier than the ones next to it because it's the only one I ever used. Now we have a brand new cassette, and all is right with the world. And hopefully it actually has full engagement on all the splines. Because that should be good enough for it to like not chew the fuck out of my free hub. So, unboxing time again. Alright. So, it comes with its own brand new lock ring fence. Ooh, look at that. 40 newton meters, eh? And this is, of course, the PG-1070 by SRAM. Anyways, the cassette. And there's a little thingy holding it together, which I don't need. And so let's see. We have the top three on a spider, like you usually have. And it has all the splines on it, which is good. And there's a narrow one. It slides on beautifully. And then we got a ring here. And yes, we do have all the splines, so that's a good sign. Where is the narrow one? There we go. And a little spacer ring. And all the splines. And another little spacer ring. These are very pretty too. Anyways, as always, the side with the ramps and stuff, see there, that goes to the outside. Narrow one right there. And another tiny spacer. I really love these tiny spacers, don't they? And, oh god, this thing's like nothing with spacers. And another one, that is our 14 tooth. And line it up. And now we get to our actual forged ones. 13 tooth. And our tiny, not so tiny, little 12 tooth. So, you may wonder, you may say to yourself, Nico, why didn't you go for 11 to 32? Why did you go for 12 to 32? So I sort of alluded to this earlier, but the 12 to 32 is a lot like the 11 to 28, just with the 11 cut off and the 32 added. And that means that you don't have to give up the, which one is it now? It'll be the 15 tooth. So if you get 11 to 32, it's like 11, 12, 13, maybe it's the 14 tooth that goes away. One of those two goes away, either the 14 or the 15, and then you jump straight to the 17, 17, 19, 22, 25, 28, and the 32. And since I spent a lot of time in the 17, if the 15 or 14 goes away, that means that probably it'd be the 14 that goes away. That means that I have just that little bit more chunkiness to the gearing when I'm going downhill or have a tailwind or I'm drafting someone, and I don't really like that. And when it comes down to it, you don't really need an 11 tooth on the rear, not unless you're in like a stage race bunch sprint or something like that. You just don't need it. 12 tooth is plenty, especially since I'm not exactly a bunch sprinter. But it is nice to have the ones in the middle. So it's got that little weirdo foil thing on the back. I don't know what the heck that foil thing's about. that little foil washer they put on there. It's like, does anyone know like what purpose that serves? It is completely a mystery. It's like literally just foil too, and like slightly bent in this example. I don't know why that's slightly bent, but it'll get squished once I put it in. So this was 40 Newton meters. So let's slide this in here and get it started before I cross thread something. So 40 Newton meters. Let's get my torque wrench. And Newton meters. I'm going to go 40.7 again because I'm a madman. 40.7. Done. Now it is in place and it looks beautiful, like a gigantic dinner plate compared to this one. It's all be going up hills that much easier. Alright. Quick release back in here and we'll be good to go. With the exception, of course, of actually adjusting things and getting a longer chain. I can't do everything. Alright, I need to set this on the ground so it's a little easier to do that way. I don't know any fancy shit. Deal with it. So now that we've got everything basically in place, our next job is to get adjusting. So we're going to start with the low limit screw. High limit screw. They call it weird thing. I always consider that. I don't know. Back off the high limit screw. Come on. Oh man, they really did it. And see if we can get this down to a small gear. Right now we're in the third gear. I'm also going to loosen off the cable because I think I put it on too tight. That's nice and loose. We can get adjusting again. Okay. Down one. So, I'm going to set down the chain. One more little tickle. Oh, okay, that's maybe a little bit more. Oh yes, that's beautiful. So, let me bring you around and show you what I'm looking at. So it's a little bit tricky to see, but if you look at the gap between the chain and the next cog over, you sort of want that to be like roughly the same as it is right there, all the way around. So you just want that little bit of a gap, not like too far over this way, not so far over this way it's rubbing. And so you just want to get sight down that gap and make sure it's nice and slim. So that's what we're looking for. Alright, so now that we've got that adjusted, we need to tighten up the cable again. So, again, this great adventure. Trying to grab the little end of the cable and crank it down. Take the slack out of this, and doesn't have to be perfect. And now we get to adjust the actual functioning of the derailleur, which means we need clean hands because I have white bar tape. So, around here, do a little pedaling. Like that. Just a little bit too far to the outside. which, actually I can take a little bit out of the high limit screw, so I'm going to do that. Just make it barely touch how it actually fits. Right like that. Perfect. Double check that it works. Kitchen. Now, the low limit. Basically set it up at the top gear and adjust the limit screw so that we are nestled up against here. That is a properly adjusted derailleur. Now I'm actually curious if I can get into the big ring. Wow. That is a chain that is too short. But luckily, it's like still got a little bit of slack. So it's not a complete disaster, but we're definitely going to want to put a longer chain on there. Get some more links in there, do whatever it is we need to do. Not that you should ever really be riding cross-chained like this, but you want to make sure that your derailleur doesn't self-destruct if you do. Because sometimes you fuck up. Anyway. Back into my 17 tooth, 52 on the front. I am good to roll, basically. I'm actually going to drop by the bike shop probably tomorrow and see if I can't get them to spare a few links for me, because I literally just bought this chain like 5 days ago. It's Wednesday today. It was like Saturday that I bought the chain. Yeah, Saturday, because on Sunday I went and climbed Mount Oom. That's a very high mountain. And it was very hot. But I survived. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching this video. Peace out. No, I didn't forget the cable end. I'm going to put it on.